Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Clayfect, and today we are going to make Baby Oogie Boogie. I made this sculpture 2 years ago in Super Sculpting, and as you can see, I think I can do a lot better. His frown is uneven, the mouth seems kind of wonky, and the seams, well, they seem sort of mushed. So yeah, I really think we can do better. Which is a great opening for this series, Can I Do It Better? And now, I'm apparently doing a boogie dance. Yeah, that's a boogie dance. Okay, first we're going to need some armature for this little guy. And for that, I'm taking aluminium foil and curl it up so it becomes a round pear shape. And that's basically it for the insides. Pretty easy if you ask me. After that, I take some Super Sculpting, which has been through the pasta maker on the thickest setting, and start covering him up. Then it's all about smoothing him. And oh my god, it takes time, so should we speed it up? And here you can see me smoothing. No matter what sculpture I'm making, there always comes a point where everything just looks wrong and I'm just not happy with it. But the trick is to keep going. And maybe sometimes praying to the crafting gods. You see me here, at one point, take a moment and pray to Ace of Clay. But persistence is the key. Here I'm just defining the neckline, now that I'm finally happy with the shape that he has. And that's the trick of it. Just keep going until you're satisfied. It's clay, you can't make a mistake. After that, I poke him some eye sockets and gently shaping them out as I go. I want him to look like he has been put in a timeout. And I know nobody puts baby in a corner. But Oogie Boogie, being the evil monster baby that he is, grows up to try to steal Santa. So I think it's quite alright if he has been put on a timeout. Oh, and if you understood that baby in the corner reference, congratulations, you're also old. Anyway, now I'm just defining the face a little bit and give him a bit of a nose. Now, I love Nightmare Before Chrismas. I think Tim Burton is fantastic. So don't get me wrong when I say I think that Oogie Boogie deserves a bit of a more background story. So here's my take on it. We all know that no baby are born evil. Except for Oogie Boogie. I think he was more evil than anybody else. And if you think about it, that can't have been easy. Which probably was what led him to his gambling problem later on. He probably began playing all those games in hope of getting some friends. But since he literally is an evil sack of worms, I don't think he succeeded. And that, according to my theory, is the true reason why he kidnapped Santa. It's not because he's a bad guy, it's because he's the worst guy. And that's why we love him. Now that his face has gotten some definition, it's time for the mouth. And I do that by pressing some clay thingies on his face to make that frowny mouth. Then I take my favorite clay tool and slowly start blending it in. For me, it's one of the most satisfying things to do when you're sculpting. Just blending in it and see everything take shape. Though right now he sort of looks like an angry bulldog. But when the underlip comes on, you can really start to see how the face is coming together. Though I will admit right now that he has gone from angry bulldog to angry fish. But with a little more love, I'm sure we get there. Which reminds me to remind you guys that you have the power. You have the power to hit that like button, leave a comment, or even better, subscribe. Then you get to see a lot more funny clay stuff with me. And I get to hang out with you guys. It's a win-win. Now, I'm just putting on the grumpy chin, which will help it seem a little more pouty, a little more angry about it being here, which is exactly the expression I'm going for. Oh, and by the way, sorry if you have problems understanding me sometimes. English is definitely not my first language. But with the chin all done, you can really see the grumpy expression I was talking about. Which only makes him even cuter, in my opinion. Now that the chin is all done, I'm making him a little hat in order to extend his head tip thingy. I know, it sounds wrong in so many ways, but I couldn't find a decent way to say it. So as crafting guard Nerdy Crafter would say, get your mind out of the gutter. That aside, I think he looks way better now with a larger and longer tip. Then it's time to make the eyebrows, and I do that by taking a little clay thingy and press it into his head, just like the mouth. But this time I'm pressing it in a V and shape it till I am satisfied with his brow, looking angry and dissatisfied over life. And while I am blending in his brow, let's do something fun. Let's play a game. Try to guess where I am from. Here's a hint. Aluminium foil is, in my language, loosely translated to silver paper. For the next hint, watch my next video. And with the brow all nice and done, I'm starting to detail the mouth. And I do that by using a dentist tool that I have bought on Amazon. It is one of my favorite tools when it comes to detail work. I simply couldn't live without it. And after I'm done detailing his face, it is time to give him some body parts. Which is what I'm doing right here, and just doing very profusely. What I do is I take a lump of clay and cut it into two pieces, making sure they are almost equal in size. And now you can see I'm very happy about them. Good for me, I guess. Now I just have to put the arms on and make them blend in to the body. And voila, he has an arm. After that, I make his other arm off camera and positioning the arms so they look as grumpy as possible. For me, one of the most fun things about sculpting is that you get to make all these emotions come through by the way they stand, the way they look, and you really need to think about body language a lot. Now I give him his little teardrop feet and making them blend into his little chubby body, making sure they are nice and secure. And by the way, Baby Oogie Boogie was made in one bake because I didn't find it necessary to bake him more than once. And now you see me making the seams with my denter tools and a rubber thingy I can't remember what it's called. Just like I have no idea what this is, but I found it or stole it from Mr. Clayfect's kitchen, and it just worked perfect to make sure the holes were evenly distant all the way, so I could sew him up, so to speak. And we're not taking the easy way here. I want the seams to be defined clearly because I plan to have some worms poking out of the seams. Staying true to Oogie Boogie, just in a baby form. But oh my god, this took forever. I think it's worth it, but it was a struggle, let's just say that. And now you see me brushing with the clay softener before I give him some texture. And you can also see some spiders and small bugs I have made to the side off camera that I plan to put on him. And with that all done, I put him in the oven for 30 minutes on 130 degrees Celsius. And now it's time for paint. And while I'm giving him his first of many coats, I think it's time for a little disclaimer. Because I'm just here to have fun. If you learn anything from me, then I'm happy about it. But this is not a tutorial. I'm not that good at making clay. I just want to have fun with you guys. Now that that has been said and done, you can see I am taking a black wash and are getting into all the details to make them pop. And in hindsight, I should have done that from the start at the very first, before, as you can see, there's so much smoothing into the lighter paint. So I have to dry brush him again and again until I get a color that I am satisfied with, as you can see here. Now remember, I'm not going for Oogie Boogie's colors. I'm going for Baby Oogie Boogie's colors. And I think they're a bit lighter, they're a bit more clean. He hasn't been that dirty up yet. And yeah, that sounded wrong too. I can hear it. So let's just watch me paint some of the details on before I move on to the box and the spider on his shoulder and the worms. Here you can see me paint them in a lighter green, trying again to stay true to the movies Oogie Boogie. And with all that, I think we are about done. I give them some shading to make them differ a bit, but yeah, that's about it. So now to the big question. Which one of them has become better? As you can see here by my finger, I definitely think I have improved with this Baby Oogie Boogie. But still, there is something about the old Oogie Boogie I just can't put a finger on. So for me, I have to see it's a tie. But Leave a comment. Tell me, who do you think won? And with that, I think it's it for this video. Hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye!